Hi everyone, Timmy here from Formflex Compound, and I hope everybody's having a great day today. What I'm here is I'm just going to hop on and show you and then ask you some questions, but you want to watch this till the end because I have something that I I'm doing with wire and some Formflex, and I was going to share it with you because I don't think I've ever shared it on video before. So you'll want to stick around to the end. What I'm going to do here right now is to show you how easy it is to manipulate Formflex because it is flexible when it dries/cures, okay? And I was going to ask your opinion on what you thought. I'm working on this jar, and everyone knows that I love animal prints. I guess it's a bottle, not a jar. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these on, okay, like so. And I want this to bend up. And this is actually a part of an IOD mold here. I've showed it several times. And I'm just going to get that on there just to stick a little bit. I'll wrap it as soon as I'm done so that it will hold and stay. But I want it to come up around the lion, kind of. And you'll see why here in just a minute. And I have some pieces, too, that I think I'm going to put on the bottom. I put some trim on it. This is just an empty wine bottle of some sort. Okay. So I've got that. It's kind of sort of stuck. It still needs to be held in place until that glue dries better. I'm using stick fast on it. But I'm not too worried because, like I said, I'm going to wrap it with one of those vet Band-Aids that will hold it tight after I get done here. And that will hold it down. And then I have the other piece that I want to put on the other side. And this one's a little tighter. So I've got to put that in there and kind of manipulate this around. And I can squish it in there and kind of get both sides to look the same. And I'll show you. I'll hold it up in just a second and you'll see. But, and then I want to put a topper, a type of, another piece across the top up here above the lion. And I'll show you my options. And then I'll show you the other thing that I was talking about here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some stick fast on the back of this. Don't use too much. The less amount that you use, the better. It sticks, it grabs it a lot faster if you don't overuse it. And you can see how filthy my hands are because I've been working with wire. And I've got glue stuck to me and I can't get it off right now. Okay, so I want that kind of sort of to be even there, and I've got to push this in right here. But you could see with the flexibility of Formflex, you don't have to worry about it cracking on you or anything by manipulating it and pushing on it. And I'm trying to kind of keep that even, if you can see what where I'm going with this, okay? But I'm just going to push on it and hold that. I might, no, I guess not. I was going to say I might want that leaf separated, but I don't because the piece and it's going to go on top of this. Okay. So we got those two pieces on. Then these were my options that I was thinking about, and you can let me know what you think. This is the IOD piece. Or I'm sorry, redesign. And this was with their new release. And I want to put this right above it like that and then have it come on around to the back like so. And then I'll put another lion back here. But you could see, and then put some jewels in it or something here. I've got another piece here that I'm going to cut and manipulate into here to go around the trim. See, it's all about the way that you... I like my castings to kind of touch or flow together so that they look like nothing's out there left by itself. And that just comes with whatever your personal preference is, and that's my personal preference. So anyway, I have this piece, and then I have this piece that I would cut, this fern piece, and I would cut part of this off probably about right there and take it on up maybe even a little higher. I'm not really sure yet, but oh, you can't see it, sorry. I was thinking about putting that. So this is choice number 1, okay? And I really do like that. And that was kind of my first choice there. And I think with jewels and that put in there, and you can just see how easy that bends. And then choice number 2, I don't know which way I had this. I think I had it. Yeah, I think I had it kind of like that going there. And if you know, I like more is more. I like big bulky stuff. It was either that way or this way, but this would be choice number 2. And you could do it either way and bring it down into his head right there, you know. And this, I believe, is also a redesign mold. This is a really old mold, but if you can see that. So this is number 2, okay. And then I would put some leaves on there and put a bottle topper on it and all that and do something on the back. And this is choice number 1. And that would kind of go centered and drop on around to the back like that. And then do kind of the same thing. So let me know what you think. And I think some stuff down here and some greenery going up it. Okay, so this is what I was working on there. Then the next thing I was going to show you, I don't think that I've ever done this on a live before or anything. If you've seen me, I do a lot of crowns, and I always take strapping stuff, and I use strapping metal. And today when I was working, I thought, you know, I was working on this egg, and I thought I really don't want the strapping metal in there. So I decided that I would take this mold right here. This is a casting, and it's cured and dried. It's been made a long time ago. It was one actually somebody stepped on, and I found it, and I want to make a crown to go on here. Okay, so what I did is I'm going to show you. I just took this piece of molding, this one right here. I'm working on another project. It's this one. And I went ahead and just glued a wire in it. And what I did is I went and I found something that was going to be about, you know, when I wrapped this piece around it, that it was going to be the same circumference as that, so that I could cut it. And as I, after I glued it, I started wrapping it around the bottle to kind of get the finished product. But that makes it really cool. Then after I glue this together, I'll be able to shape it, even though I use the can, because I kind of need this to be a weird shape. I don't really need it to be perfectly round, because it is going to go on the top of that egg. So I'm hoping that this would work. But what my thoughts are here, and the reason I was saying this, is that what I'm thinking is, if you see there's plenty right here on this casting, you could actually embed this particular wire into the casting when you were making it, before you actually put it in the freezer. And I'm going to try it and see, but I'm sure it will work. You'd have to have enough of a lip so that the wire was thick enough right there that you could actually put the wire in without it coming through the casting. And then I would just go ahead, after this dries, I'll bend and work with it. This is, see, I said that's why my hands are a mess. It's already been spray painted with, a paint. So I'm just kind of pushing those two together. I cut my wire just a hair short of the casting. I'm going to let that dry if I don't play with it. Let it dry. I can actually wrap it or tape it or clamp it or do something so I don't have to sit here and hold it. Okay, and all I did was I just took, I'm going to use this casting because I have a piece, and this is not going to be a full crown. It's too small, but I'm working on a Mother's Day project, and I only want part of it, but I want it to stay up, You know, I want it to have some substance to the back of it. And so it was so simple. I just take this rebar wire. I think that's how you say it. I say it wrong all the time. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut a piece. And you just want to make sure that it's a really nice and flat piece. And actually, let's see, I want to cut this flower out because I don't want this flower on there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out like so. I don't even know how much of this whole piece I want. You guys wait till you see the Mother's Day thing. It's something really, really, I think it's really neat. I've never seen it, anybody do anything like it. So I'm hoping that it ends up as cool as I think it is. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that off. And like I said, I don't even know if I need this whole piece. But then all I did, and if your wire's bent, I went out and hit some with a hammer because I kind of bent it. And I just took the stick fast, kind of decide where you want it. I knew on that crown that I wanted it right at the bottom of the crown. But you could put this like about right there. Or this one I may put up just a little bit higher. Just make sure it's pretty straight is all. Like so. And then just glue that down. I just put a line of glue. I want to cut this wire a little bit shorter because I'm not even sure if I want all of it. So there. It's just going to curve around. So you could put it anywhere. I think working it at the bottom would be the best. That's just my personal opinion. But I'm just going to go ahead and put a line of this down. And then leave my wire and don't play with it. Just let it dry good. And it was pretty easy, actually. And this one, I'm not concerned about bending it around something because I don't really need it to be round. But with the flexibility of FormFlex, you have the capability of bending that. You just want to make sure that your castings are dried / cured. And I'm just going to leave that set and quit playing with it. And then once it dried, I just went back and kind of made sure that underneath here I had all the glue and all that. And it actually bent very, very easy. And what I want to do is I want to put this on here, on this egg, and I want to fill, the reason I want the crown, but I don't want it attached. I wanted to be able to remove it, is I want to fill it up with feathers. I want to put feathers inside the crown. I want yellow and brown feathers because I have the bunny on one side and the chick on the other side. So I just wanted to share with you how you could do that. And I'm pretty impressed with how easy it was. And like I said, once this dries, you could bend it exactly the way you want it. The wire's dry on it. It's just where I just now. But here, like I said, here was the bottle that I started rolling it around. And I could take this and roll half of that once that dries around here. Just, it does make it easier if you can find something that's about the size of your casting. This is just one particular piece that would go end to end like so, okay? And this is actually going to go on the bottom of a candlestick. So anyway, that was all I had. Be sure and leave what you think would be a good combination if you like number 1 or number 2. I do have this mold in the freezer, and I'll go ahead and take that out just so that I can show you how to release it. This is a really nice mold that you can use for lots of things. I'm releasing the sides, okay, and then I'm just gonna pop it out. See how I released all the sides? Now I'm just gonna pop it out. So there you go. I really appreciate you watching. You guys are so excited. We're at 5,000 followers. So if you know anybody that might enjoy this, please be sure and sprinkle it out. We'd appreciate it. It doesn't cost anything to sprinkle it out, and I hope that you found something here that might inspire you as well, and let me know and show us what you come up with. All right. Thank you.